Hello everybody, welcome back to kenahspam. Consider this video a present from me to you, my loyal kenahspam subscribers, this holiday season. I know I said the last video was my last video of 2024, but surprise, I decided to do a fun little last one instead. Since I know you guys like my ranking video so much, I decided to do a final ranking in 2024. And what I will be ranking today is all of the movies that I watched this year that came out in 2024. So nothing that has come out in the past that I just watched in 2024. I'm talking about all the movies that came out in 2024 that I saw. Okay? So sorry, I just ate, so I might be burping a lot. As always, let me explain the tiers first. Okay, I'm gonna start from the very bottom this time. The very bottom tier that a movie could possibly be in is Wish I Could Forget. Like, this movie was so bad, I want it wiped from my memory. The tier above Wish I Forget is just forgettable. Like, I don't wish that I could forget, but I just forgot. Like, when I see the poster for this movie, there's just nothing in my head. Alright, and then the mid tier is I was entertained. The movie may not be good, it may not be bad, I don't care. Good, bad doesn't exist, and I was entertained. The only thing that matters was I had a good time watching this movie. At the end of the day, what movies are about is being entertained, and I was entertained watching this movie. Period. The second tier is Holding Space. It's not the best movie of the year, but I still held space for this movie. I really liked it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I was holding space for this movie, okay? And then the very best tier is Power. I was holding space for these movies and feeling power in that. Like, I watched these movies and I was like, I could do anything. Anything is possible. So yes, those are my rankings. Those are my tiers. And it is time to rank. The first movie we have is Lisa Frankenstein. I'm gonna put Lisa Frankenstein in Holding Space. I actually didn't watch Lisa Frankenstein in theaters. I watched it on the plane going to London. After watching it, I wish I saw it in theaters so bad because I love this movie way more than I thought I was going to. Horror, anything horror is not really my thing. I don't love Halloween, that type of stuff, so I wasn't rushing to see it, but it was just so camp. It was so cute. Okay, next we have A Real Pain. Okay, that's also going in Holding Space. I love Kieran Culkin, so when I saw that he was in this movie, I was really excited. Like, I already had the ticket bought in my mind. But going into it, I wasn't really expecting much. I didn't even really know what the movie was about. Wow, it hit me. It hit me right in the heart. It was so heartbreaking, but so heartwarming at the same time. If Jesse Eisenberg is just talking, he made me cry. But there was something, I don't know, there was one little thing missing and I don't know what it was, but I loved it. It was so... Next movie is Anora. Is about if I put it in Power. Anora is a really interesting movie where I feel like there's a big difference between how male viewers viewed it versus female viewers, or I guess how male viewers versus female viewers reacted to it. Because the first time I watched it, I was stressed out. I was so scared for this girl. I wasn't really laughing all that much. I mean, I still thought there were funny moments, but for the majority of it, I was tense. I was in the seat like, girl, I'm praying for you, you know? When I got out of the theater, there were these group of guys around my age, and they were like, oh my god, that was the funniest movie of the year, literally so hilarious. And I was like, did we watch a different movie? Or are you just man, you know? When I saw it the second time, obviously I knew what was gonna happen, so I wasn't as stressed out, but I could see more of the humor in it, but still, I don't know, I don't think it was the funniest movie of the year. But anyways, what I'm saying basically is that I love this movie. It took a while it was cooking in my mind for a little while. Igor? New pookie alert! Okay, sorry. I know, yeah. Next, Mean Girls, the musical. Putting that in Wish I Could Forget. Obviously, Renee Rapp and Ali I really, really hope I'm pronouncing her name right. But the girl who voices Moana, super, super talented. Literally, if anything saved Mean Girls the musical, it was them. They sounded amazing. Their songs were great. Everyone else, the girl who played Katie, I've seen her in other things. She's great. This movie, it was a little painful to hear her sing. They just messed with the instrumentals on the songs too much. It sounded literally so awful. I wish I never heard. Alright, next we have Young Woman and the Sea. That will be going in forgettable because I think I was the only person in the world who saw this movie. What I remember was honestly not a bad movie, but when I was gathering all the movies that I watched this year, I was like, oh, I did see that movie. Like, huh? Okay. Young Woman in the Sea. Next we have All of Us Strangers. Let me try to not cry talking about this movie. I am so upset that this movie didn't get more award recognition because I thought it was one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think I've cried so hard in a theater before. Honestly, one of the most, if not the most heartbreaking movies I've ever seen in my entire life. I thought about it for days afterwards. Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal are like, why did you do that to me? Okay, next we have Sweethearts, which I'm putting in I was entertained because I was entertained. And I was shocked that I was entertained because, listen, when I found out that it was like a Gen Z movie, but it was written by 2 millennials, I was like, this is actually gonna be dog poo-poo. But I was actually laughing a lot, okay? And Mr. Nico, he has the most, like, his face, I just want to, like, squeeze. He is so cute. He has the most kissable, kissy little face I've ever seen in my entire life. I need to kiss that man. Anyways, I can also appreciate a good Thanksgiving movie. We need more Thanksgiving movies, okay? Next we have Drive Away Dolls. Once again, I think I was the only person who saw this movie, and it's going and wish I could forget. I saw the vision for Drive Away Dolls. I truly did. I think Drive Away Dolls could have been what I saw for the vision if it was made by a woman. I just could not stop thinking about how this was made by a man, and it made me very uncomfortable. Honestly, yeah, maybe one of my least favorite movies of the year. Alright, next we have It Ends With Us. Going in forgettable, I only remember the drama surrounding the movie, not the actual movie itself. Actually, the only thing I remember from the movies is how bad her hair looked. And her outfits. Okay. This might be a really hot take, but Argyle is going and I was entertained. Hear me out. Please hear me out. Please hear me out, okay? I just love Sam Rockwell, okay? What else can I say? He could be in the worst movie known to man, aka Argyle, and I will still kinda love it. I just want to know what producer has dirt on all these people that were in this movie, because there's no other explanation why all these big names would choose to act in this really, really bad movie unless they were blackmailed into it. Honestly, like, it was bad. But I had a blast. I had a great time. Next, we have Fly Me to the Moon. Forgettable. All I remember from this movie is the billboards that popped up everywhere in LA for like 2 months. Next, we have Protagonista, and I'm putting Protagonista in Holding Space. I waited so long for that movie to come out. I was literally so excited to see it. I got a little scared that I maybe overhyped it in my head, but it was so good. I really, really hope, oh my gosh, what's his name? The man who wrote it and directed and starred in it. Wait, did he direct it? I don't know. He needs to make more, please. It was so fun. Like, and it was so creative. Probably one of the most creative movies that came out this year, dare I say. Next, we have Irish Wish. I guess going in forgettable, because I don't think I'm gonna put it in Wish I Could Forget because I don't remember it, so forgettable. I just, like, I'm looking at these men and I'm like, I'm assuming there was a love triangle, I guess. Next we have The Wild Robot. Oh my gosh, this movie was the cutest thing I've ever seen my entire life. It was also the most beautiful animated movie I've ever seen. Literally so breathtaking. I don't think I've ever done anything harder in my life than try not to cry during this movie. Like, there were at least 6 times where I was like, let me roll the tears back in, you know? It was just so cute. It was so cute. Like, alright, next we have The Fall Guy, which I'm putting in I was entertained. Similar to Sam Rockwell, you can put Ryan Gosling in literally anything and I will kind of love it. Like, and The Fall Guy is no exception. I was a little disappointed that the action scenes were a little like, because I think I was just expecting a lot because the guy was the director, or one of the directors from the first John Wick movie, so I was like, this is gonna be so epic and fun, and then I was like, that was it. But the romance, honestly, Fall Guy was one of the greatest romance movies of this year, dare I say. I thought it was so cute. Okay, next we have We Live in Time. This also might be a hot take, but I'm putting it in forgettable because I don't remember this movie really at all. And it's weird because that type of movie, like a movie about cancer and just like 2 people in grief and stuff like that, always kind of hit hard and they always kind of make me want to cry, or I just feel a lot of strong emotions when I'm watching it. But when I was watching We Live in Time, I kind of felt nothing. Like, I don't know, it just didn't click with me for some reason. And the only thing that I remember from this movie is how she cracked the eggs. Okay, next we have Wicked, which is going in I was entertained. Look, I liked Wicked, but I don't think I liked it as much as other people do. I don't agree with all these people who are saying that it should win all these Oscars, maybe nominated, but let me just say, if a movie with shots like some of the shots in Wicked win Best Picture, I literally don't think I will ever watch the Oscars ever again. Okay, and Ariana Grande, I had really low expectations for her, honestly. She blew me away. She was amazing. Cynthia Erivo obviously was amazing too. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, if they just stuck to what Wicked is, obviously it was gonna be good. That's pretty much exactly what they did, except they did mess with Defying Gravity, and that pissed me off so bad. I was entertained. I don't think it was the greatest movie of all time though. Okay, next we have Skincare, which another movie I think I was the only person who saw, but that is going in Holding Space. I don't remember what movie I was seeing that played the Skincare trailer, but I literally saw it that one time and I was like, I need to see this. I don't know, I just loved it. I loved how it was filmed. I thought it was so camp. I loved all the performances. It was just camp. That's all I have to say. It was camp. Like, please, everyone, please watch Skincare so I have someone else to talk to about it, because I think I'm the only person who saw it. Like, okay, next, Inside Out 2, forgettable. Like, did I even see that movie? I remember driving to go see it, and that's it. Disney, can we stop with the sequels? Can we get something original here, please? Like, okay, next, Bike Riders, I'm gonna put in I Was Entertained. I love good Chicago representation. I love Chicago movies. I went into it thinking I was gonna be so bored. I thought it was gonna be such a dad movie, which it kind of is. Like, I know my dad is gonna eat this up whenever he watches it, but I had a good time. Honestly, I thought it was funny, and Tom Hardy's Chicago accent was literally hilarious. Honestly, sometimes he sounded like my grandpa. It was kind of scary. Also, anything with Boyd Holbrook, I will watch. So, alright, next, Gladiator 2. Don't kill me, but I'm putting it in forgettable. I'm sorry. Paul Mescal, I'm sorry. I literally saw it less than a week ago, and I don't remember what happened. Actually, the only thing I remember from Gladiator 2 is Paul Mescal's nose. It looked actually so beautiful. If that entire movie was shot with just Paul Mescal's profile in every shot, I would love it, and it would be in Power, because wow. Next we have Madam Web. Dare I say I was entertained? Oh, but Madam Web was freaking hilarious. Like, okay, I thought it was hilarious because it was so bad, obviously, but also, why was I invested in the story. I was actually like, I was actually kind of on the edge of my seat. And my favorite part of that whole movie is when she's like, she sees her mom talking about her pregnancy or whatever. She's in the room with her mom. She's just like, you did it. You did it. Like, my favorite scene of the entire year. I'm not even kidding. It was so good. Okay, now we have Twisters, and that is also going in. I was entertained. That movie delivered exactly everything that I wanted. It felt like a good old blockbuster. The scenes with the Twisters were so fun. Glenn Powell, you are a movie star, for real. Like, I just love how he's just kind of there to be hot and like do some fun movies every once in a while, you know? Daisy Edgar Jones, Anthony Ramos was there. I had a great time. Great summer movie, you know? Next, we have Saturday Night, which I'll also put in I was entertained because, well, should I go in holding space? Yeah, I'm lying. I'm putting Saturday Night in holding space. The score fit perfectly with like the vibe of the movie. The guy, Gabriel Lavelle? Is that the guy who played Lorne Michaels? I loved him. He was so great. Like, I want that kid in more movies, please. I think he got a Golden Globe nomination, actually. Yay! He deserves it. The score was great. I loved the editing. I loved how it was shot. Dylan O'Brien. Obviously, Dylan O'Brien was great, and he looked great, and he was so funny. Next, we have Queer. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? It's the name of the movie, okay? I'm not, like, calling someone that. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna put it in Power, honestly, because Drew Starkey, I do not say this lightly. I'm very serious when I say this. Besides, excluding Keanu Reeves in Point Break, no man has ever looked as good as Drew Starkey in this movie, okay? Like, my 2025 New Year's resolution is he just looked wow, you know? Seriously, me and Drew Starkey like anyway. Besides that, it was just shot so beautifully. Every single shot, every single frame looked like a painting. Like, my jaw was on the floor. Also, my number one hobby is yearning, and this movie was a perfect yearning movie. Like Leah is so me. Yeah, I loved this movie. It was a little weird too, which was great. It was, stop. I like can't, even the poster that I put, like, if you yearn, you will feel power watching Queer. I'm not even kidding. Oh, another Luca film, Challengers. Boom, Power. Yeah, obviously. Probably my favorite movie of the year. It was just everything I wanted. Mike Feist. I underestimated Josh O'Connor. I didn't find that man attractive until I watched Challengers. I'm mad that he didn't get a nomination for the Golden Globes because he deserves it. Wow. And obviously Zendaya, love her. The score, oh my gosh, honestly, also probably my favorite score of the year. It was so good. Can we put it back in theaters, please? Life was so good when Challengers was in theaters, you know? Okay, next we have Hitman. I'm sorry, Glenn Powell, but I'm putting in Forgettable because it's kind of similar to Fly Me to the Moon, but in a good way. All I remember is the billboards that were everywhere, but the billboards that were everywhere for Hitman were so good. They were like these fake advertisements for all like his different character like personalities that he plays. Good job, marketing team, for Hitman. The actual movie itself. Lastly, we have Dune Part 2, and that is obviously going in Power. If there's any movie that came out this year that had me walking out of the theater like, it was Doom Part 2. I don't know what it is about the Doom movies because they're so not my type of movies to watch, but I just love them. I'm sorry, I'm so bad explaining why, because I don't know why I like them so much. I just think they're literally perfect. I don't know. I can't tell you why, and that's frustrating. I know Timothy Chalamet is getting a lot of Oscar buzz and all this awards buzz for the new Bob Dylan movie, but where is it for Doom Part 2? Because that man, I've never seen him like that before. I don't know what got in him for this movie. That is it. Those are all the movies that I watched that came out in 2024. Honestly, it was a good year. It was a good time. Let me know if you think I'm crazy for some of these rankings or what you thought about these movies. I hope all of your 2024s were good, but I hope your 2025 is gonna be even better. Thanks for watching, and please look forward to more kenah spam in 2025. Bye!